Hey, just for some context, this was recorded over a year ago, so get ready for some very old thoughts.
So, should we just talk about college?
I guess, yeah. Just anything, really.
All right. Hey, fuck it. Um,
Do you keep up with Doof?
no. Oh, not really.
Can we get Doof on the
That's
pod?
funny. I was. Dude, it's time. It's time. Dupe on the pod. Yeah, I gauge we got one more year on the shelf life of that one before he leaves for college or doesn't leave for college. So yeah,
hmm
we could probably do that. Yeah, to be honest with you, I've fallen out of touch with just everybody, which has been an experience.
Yeah.
I don't know if you felt the same.
I have done, I think, a halfway decent job of keeping up with, Masterman people, because we have the server, and I'm not the most active voice in it, but I try to send, a message a day, and I will join voice call sometimes.
Yeah, I think it goes without saying that I haven't been very active on the Discord server.
Dude, you came
Um,
back for a brief period of time. You just sent your Wordle score and nothing else for the first time in
oh
seven
right,
months or something.
right. And I watched Dune with you
Oh, I
guys. You
remember
remember that?
that. That was fun. That
Yeah.
movie was really, really, nothing special.
I I did not like that movie, but that was an experience.
You were, you and everyone else where is Zendaya? Where is she?
She didn't show up to the last fucking 20 minutes of the movie.
That was so funny. That was the
I don't
only
know what
thing
to
that was keeping people awake was waiting for her to appear.
We had to fucking finish it on a second day, and we didn't really get much Zendaya the
No,
first day, if any.
I forgot we just split it into 2 days. We were that bored.
Yeah, because the movie sucked. It's a
Okay,
bad
okay.
movie.
I would say I
And
probably
we,
would have enjoyed that movie more if it wasn't in that social situation where we were just
that's
talking
true.
over it the whole time and shooting the shit. But because I think, I didn't really pay attention to a lot of the deeper themes or really any of the interesting character moments. I was just shitting on everyone for the sake of doing it, like Duncan, Idaho.
Oh, yeah, right. Duncan, Idaho. What a
That
fucking
was
name.
the best
Who
part.
the
That was the
hell wrote
highlight
that
of the
book, bro?
movie was Duncan, Idaho.
Duncan, Idaho. Dude, because when I think of Duncan, Idaho, I immediately think of the donuts. It's not even, I don't think Duncan. I think Dunkin' Donuts.
No, I agree. I agree.
It's one of those things where I'm gonna forget that movie exists for the remainder of my life and and I'm gonna die one day. You know,
In your last breath, you will remember Dune 2020. It will
I don't
flash
even need
above
to.
you.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I bottle everything up inside me and then one day I die. You know, that's one of the things I bottle up inside me.
God.
And also, the fucking movie, you know what it reminded me of? Star Wars Episode 1.
I've not watched that movie.
Good, don't. It's not worth your time. I like Star Wars. No, don't watch it. Watch Rogue One instead. Watch Rogue One instead of most of the Star Wars movies, actually.
Rogue One's a pretty good
Um,
movie. I liked that movie.
yeah, I watched it on Star Wars Day with my friends.
Oh, I've never celebrated
Pretty
Star
solid.
Wars Day.
It's usually me neither. I don't know that I've ever watched the Star Wars movie on Star Wars Day before this year, and it was just because it was on a Tuesday, right? Yeah, it was a Tuesday because it was the Tuesday of finals, and I had a final on Monday because it was in calculus.
Oh God, calculus. I am so glad to never have to take an upper level math course ever again.
Well, fortunately for me, I passed calculus, but I
Very
do need to take
nice.
accounting classes and finance classes and stat, which is fine,
I took a stat
you
course in my
know.
first semester. I liked it. I had this insane teacher for that class who was he was just kind of like those, one of those three, two, one,
That was definitely also off time.
shit. Three,
Here,
two, one.
That was also tremendous. Unless
Okay.
you're lagging, but
That
I
might
kind
be
of
it.
doubt that.
You want to count down, and I'll try to sync with you then.
Yeah, all right, sure. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Dude, your thing was like fucking legitimately a second after mine.
Oh, I mean, we synced 3 different times. I think I'll be able to figure it out in post.
I'd like to think so, because you know for damn well I cannot. So,
Yeah, I'll be editing this one.
yeah, I would argue that the editing wasn't my strong suit except for the one time that I did the edit with the Family Feud theme song.
That
Then it
was
was
really
my strong
funny.
suit.
Also, the episode you put in, like, the classy episode, which is one of the dumbest ideas I think we ever came up with, but the music
I was
choice
so fucking
was
stupid.
so funny. It was so funny.
So stupid. Oh no. I forgot about that, bro. I should go back and listen to just the absolute fucking bullshittery that we posted onto the internet.
Dude, some of it's up there. I think enough time has passed that I'm not too embarrassed about a good bit of it, but like,
Oh, I don't really. Yeah, I guess like back when people would have been listening to it and it was relatively fresh, I would have been like, ooh. But
yeah.
now, now it's just some funny shit that I can pull on someone. Hey, did you know I had a podcast for a year? And they're like, no. And I'm like, well, here you go.
I have told people about the existence of it at my school. I have not given the name out.
A couple people have listened to it. By the way, I think we need to change the name of the podcast.
I agree. We have too many people with the same name.
Jilness and Vay with Vilness and Jay.
I
Um,
kind of unironically like that.
no, but that. I mean, that's kind of very similar to like a sketch duo thing that my old nanny had. But that could just be a fun one, you know.
hmm
Her sketch thing was Jortney and Coley with Courtney and Jolie, which I think is very fun.
That's cute. I love that.
We could try that one on for size. We should change it before we release this episode, though. We can think of something.
Yeah.
Um,
God damn, we really recorded 52 episodes, 2 bonus episodes, and then 4 Let's Plays. We were
that's
really on top of things for a while, Jay.
yeah. Well, the Let's Plays were all very much over the summer, right?
That was fun. I wish I still had those files. I miss Malcolm. Malkillum.
Malkillum?
That was what we named one of them. It was like Malcolm, but spelled like kill apostrophe em, as in Mal Killum.
That's so fucking stupid.
And then a lot of them were doof based. We had Doofosaurus as one of them, and it was like, there was just a brief period of the show where we were like obsessed with Doof.
I need to watch these. They're still up.
They're still up. Those are some of our most viewed videos too.
Malcolm. That's so fucking dumb. I can't even describe. The best part is I can totally see where my 16-year-old self came up with that.
Yeah.
Or if you came up with that, I'm guessing that was me. That sounds like
I
some
honestly
shit
don't
I'd say.
remember who came up with what.
Oh, that's brutal. I'm sure I can find out
Man.
if I watch the episode.
All the Fossil Fighter Champions thumbnails are fucking hideous too. The thumbnail game was pretty low. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't put as much effort into these as I could have. Some of them turned out pretty good. I like garbage flavors, but
Oh, I love the one you did the anime one. That's still my favorite, I think. Well, we have 48 subscribers. That is more than at the beginning of the school year this year.
yeah. Not
Thanks
as
to
many
me.
as episodes though, but
It's true, not yet. Now, only if we had 48 over a year ago. Then.
You're right. Let me look at the social blade. What are
Oh,
his
the
stats?
garbage flavor one. I actually do like the way it looks. Well, we have gained 5. Oh, we've actually gained.
Yeah, since
How
the
many?
death of the show, we have gained
We have gained 6 subscribers.
Wow. We're really on
Yeah,
top
it's
of
not
things.
too bad. That is more than 5, so that's good.
True. Good math skills.
Yeah.
Why does Podcast Review the Squeakquel have 42 views?
Wait, what?
Our
Oh,
last episode is like one of our most viewed. Why?
is it was the bar that low? The bar was that low.
It was. Our highest is 154.
It's not bad. I mean, it is 154 more than 0 and 152 more than the two of us. So
True. But
well, there you go.
yeah, shall we like formally begin the episode now? I'm keeping most of this in.
Yeah, all right. Do you think? Yeah, let's do that. All right. Ready?
Hello and welcome back to the Let Me Know podcast. No.
Oh no! Disgusting. Horrible conduct. That's a yellow card for you. One more, Buster, and I'm gonna send you off. All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Let Me Know podcast, the podcast where I'm sitting shirtless in my basement recording a podcast, and my co-host is a vampire. My name is Jay.
And I'm a vampire. I'm a villainous, actually.
He's a vampire.
I introduce myself as a villainous. I'm villainous. Can
He
we
is
redo
one
this?
of
I was so bad.
That sounds like a you problem, but yeah, that's fine. Wait, but now we need to look up how many villainesses there are.
There's a
It's like-
handful. I've met other villainesses in my life.
Well, yeah, I gotta look it up now.
A few of them have died,
Villainous.
but
Forename, 5,277.
yeah, we're pretty good. We're like a small
That's-
army. We could take over like Estonia.
San Marino, Estonia. Sure. Did you know that someone in Lithuania loves feet?
True. Someone in Lithuania does love feet. God, I forgot about that image.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to I Am Shirtless in My Basement Recording Podcast, and my co-host is a vampire. My name is Jay.
And I'm Vilnius. I'm the vampire. I'm also sitting in my basement, but this time I remembered a shirt.
Congratulations. I have
Mhm,
COVID, so I've been sitting in this bed for the past 4 fucking days.
Ugh.
It's
Do you
been a
still
joy
feel
to
the
behold.
symptoms, really? Or are you just
Literally
kinda
not even a little bit.
good?
Yeah. Have you had COVID yet?
Vaccines, definitely effective. I had
Yeah.
COVID over winter break, yeah. It was...
Uh,
I got it, like, right before I was supposed to go back to school, so that was
Oh,
fairly
shit.
unfortunate, but I only missed, like, a week.
I saw
And it
you
was
over winter
virtual
break, right?
that week anyways, so... Yeah,
Oh,
but
right.
towards the beginning.
Ours was too.
So,
Ours was too. Yeah.
mhm.
No, that's always good. I'm also taking that new Pfizer antiviral thing, Paxlovid, the one that's got
Oh.
emergency
Mhm.
approval. It's pretty good. I mean, apparently it's working to some extent. I don't know. I haven't coughed, and as a guy who has asthma, that's kind of surprising. So,
Yeah, it must be effective then.
no, I think it's working. So here we
Mhm.
are.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So, Vilnius, I think it's pretty obvious. It's been you. I feel like you could venture to say it's been a little bit since we recorded a podcast.
Just a little bit. Just a
wee bit of time.
little bit of time.
Oh, laddie, it's been a wee bit of time since we recorded a podcast. So, a lot's going on. Vilnius, we've done a little bit of catching up.
Mhm.
But what's been up with you lately? I know we've both been in school, but now we're in big boy school, which is an which is an experience. Tell me about your wonderful school. That I recently learned what the mascot was, as in yesterday, and then immediately forgot.
So, yes, I go to Loyola, Maryland now, and
Yes, he
the
does.
mascot of my school is Iggy the Greyhound. Their
Right.
name comes from the guy the school's named after, Ignatius Loyola. So,
Oh,
he
interesting.
got a school and an ugly ass dog to his name.
Fuck yeah. No, I was watching the women's lacrosse team lose to Boston College in the
Oh.
quarterfinals of the NCAA Division I lacrosse tournament. So that was good.
Hmm. Yeah, supposedly we're a big lacrosse school, but
Apparently so. I mean, you guys made it pretty far. And you
hmm.
guys were 20-1 this season. But
Oh, that's good. How do you
but
know
also
more
you
about my
guys,
school's sports teams than I do?
I don't know, bro. I just watched it on TV yesterday. The only thing I do know is that you guys are in the Patriot League, so like the people you're competing against are like Drexel and like Hofstra and
Oh, did we
Northeastern.
kill Drexel? Did we beat Drexel?
I mean, you guys are 20-1, so yes. I think the
Dude.
only team that you guys lost to was like an actual ranked opponent,
Hmm.
which could have been literally
They must have
anyone, but
cheated.
Loyola was, yeah, probably. I heard UNC. The reason all their teams are good is because they cheat. Um, in every single sport across the board, including ultimate frisbee, where they say that they're the best in the country, and when they play, they're the best in the country, but they're cheating.
They must be. They must be. I'm sure they attached like rockets to the frisbees and like I don't know. They're probably wearing like spiked shoes that they stab their opponents to death with while on the field.
I think that explains why I haven't seen my captain in a couple weeks. No, and also why the frisbees are so loud when they pass over my head. Have you ever wondered why your frisbee sounds like an F-16 fighter jet? No, but so yeah, your sports suck.
How has Ultimate Frisbee been at Oh, do you want to introduce the school you go to, by the way?
Oh, I go to GW in DC, so that's pretty great.
Woo!
I did join the frisbee team on a whim, and I was like, well, I don't. So there was this guy on my floor, right? Name's John, great guy. He's from Westchester. Um, he's one of those guys that you could tell is gonna run for president at some point if he makes it that
Ah.
far. He's in Delta Tau Delta, which see, John is the kind of guy he makes you want to follow him, right?
Mhm.
Or like when he wants you to do something, he makes it very clear, and then you're like, damn, I should really do that. It will make him happy. Um, like I think the best way to describe John, very like golden retriever attitude, you know,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So John in September, so I got cut from the volleyball team, the club volleyball team. Very competitive. It's closer to like an NCAA level than anything else. Our A team. I was trying out for B, got cut. Made sense. And the next week, John was like, "Yo, you gotta join frisbee," and I was like, "No." And then it took him about a week to break me down. And then the next Thursday, I went to practice, and I really liked it, and I kept coming back. And um, eventually, I got really, really into it.
Hell yeah.
During the spring season, I started throwing every day. My throws got significantly better. My ability to play got better. My vertical got better. Everything. Um, and now they compare my speed to Usain Bolt. They compare my jump to Superman, and they compare my throws to Captain America with a shield. So
Hell yeah.
hell to the yeah. You know that I am legitimately just a god at athlete. I'm not. I'm not. I
No,
am
you
no.
are. You are. The
I'm
next
kind of
Marvel
a
movie is
well.
going to be centered on you.
That's true, but also like the best part about Marvel movie is the superheroes kind of a lard anyways. So like it's you get the best of both worlds. But hey, what are you gonna do? It's been great. The community is fantastic. Got close with a lot of the seniors as well as the coach, which has been really nice. Um
That's fun.
and yeah, no, it's been great. So what intense athletic activities have you been up to, Vilnius?
Yeah, I'm a part of the anime club.
Oh wow. Yeah, no. So do you guys like walk on treadmills while watching anime or no?
Yeah, no, no, no. We like deadlift and do
Oh,
squats
oh damn,
to
okay,
anime.
that's not bad.
Yeah,
So that's why you've gotten so bulky.
yeah.
So you've been watching a lot.
Yeah, of course, in actuality, that none of that is true. But anime club is fun. I used to go more frequently than I do now. I just kind of oftentimes I end up just hanging out with friends. Sometimes even watching anime, but like outside of anime club because it's like Friday afternoons. So
Oh, that's a weird time.
hmm
Our anime
But
club is on
it's fun.
Thursdays.
I like it a lot. Technically, I am an officer of the club, but that means
Oh.
nothing. I don't have to do anything for it. It's more just like
It's-
so that the club can function. Like one of the other officers is a guy who hasn't shown up in like 5 months. So
do you guys have a club constitution, right?
do we?
I mean,
Probably,
you
maybe.
probably do. Do you guys have like a whole like essay senate and shit like that?
We have
Like a student association government?
on the campus. Yes, not within the club though.
No, no, I mean on the campus. Yeah.
Yes, on the campus. Yeah, I know some people in the student government. A lot of really
That
cool
was a
people
thing.
there.
It was a thing that, well, not at my school. That was a thing that was very unbeknownst to me. Before I came to school, that was a thing where they have like a full size senate, and it's a bunch of stupid IA kids who don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Because GW, a lot of their shtick is international, and I'm an international business major, but that puts me in the school where see, there are international affairs majors and poli sci majors are the two main majors. Very like, I
Hmm.
mean, you can infer that. It's a school in downtown DC that you can walk to the White House from in 3 minutes or 5 minutes. Um, but the problem with rich white kids that come for IA school is they think they have life experience, and I'm not going to sit here and say that I have some sort of godly life experience, but they sure as hell don't.
Yeah.
And then they go on to make fun of like people in the business school for being stupid and taking classes like Crayons 301 and shit like that, which I didn't think was funny at first, but now it's definitely funny. Because the other day I met someone who was the epitome of why people think business school kids are stupid as shit, and it was really
Yeah.
funny.
Have you ever listened to the song Terminal Preppy by the Dead Kennedys, Jay?
Cannot say I have.
I think you'd find it funny as a business major. I hope it won't offend you. It's basically just a song like making fun of college students, but in particular business majors.
I don't get offended by stuff like that. Like, I think it is pretty funny, but it took me a little bit to come around to the humor in the fact that there are some really stupid business majors. Like
Hmm.
there are people that make my head explode. And see, that's a part of it though, right? Um Being able to just talk to people, because a lot of business, the business school,
Hmm.
right? All this like these opportunities and internships and this and that, the biggest part is just reaching out, making the connection. It's exactly what they teach you in school. And it's honestly, a lot of it is like inferable information to like just make a good impression and be open and whatever. But some people are so good at that they forget how to do other things and function like a normal human.
Oh,
um,
interesting.
and see, there are a couple guys that I know now. Now, one from this thing I'm doing over the summer, and one guy from school. Um, and both of them, they've done like they've worked like big football games. So like the one guy at school worked the Super Bowl. The one guy at this thing I'm working, the job I'm working over the summer, he worked the college football championship, and he worked for the Colts and stuff.
Ooh.
But then when you talk to them, it is like the first guy, the guy from my school, he's also like in a business frat and all this stuff. And this guy was legitimately trying to cheat off my math homework. And I gotta be honest with you, I'm stupid when it comes to math. Like just dumb. Like calculus does not slide with me. And so this guy is looking for help from me, which first of all, bad decision. You're gonna fail math. And then the other guy, like, y- you know, I literally could not have an intelligible conversation with him. And it was really funny because we were working a table at a game we were doing. I'm working for a hockey team.
Hmm.
Um, and this guy took a piece of paper and took a pen, and I was checking people's names off for like parking passes. He took a pen and he just started scrawling, and he was like, "You see, I'm writing out the play-by-play for tonight." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he wrote down, scrawled in this like little piece of paper, him pretending that he was an announcer for the game, saying what happened at the end of the game. And I was like, okay, listen, listen.
That's fun.
No, 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 Vilnius. If you had met him, you would understand what I was saying. Like he wrote this down with the excitement that like an 8-year-old would, and with the handwriting, that an 8-year-old
Look,
would
I
have.
can't judge
It was
handwriting, man. My handwriting is
well, yeah, your handwriting. I don't think mine is that. Mine isn't that great
it's
either.
better
I
than
mean, it is
mine. Yours is
legible, I guess.
fine.
It's just there, you know. No, but like all I'm saying at the end of the day, and I'm sounding real bad after making all these complaints and shit. I don't really care because I know I'm right. Because I know I'm not one of the stupid business majors. I know that I have actual people skills, so I'm gonna fucking like live my life, and I'm gonna succeed in life, but not be stupid in secret. Like, like I don't fucking know. Yeah, I don't know. I may have gone too hard on these boys that didn't deserve it, but they did.
But they did.
I don't know. I don't know. In reality, it is what it is. So tell us about your major. Have you taken any classes in it, or?
I have. So yes,
Ooh.
I'm planning on going into elementary education, which has been cool. Loyola gets you like really fast into the like working with kids. Like in my first semester, I observed in a first grade classroom, and I didn't interact with any of the students. I just sat in the back and like witnessed what went down and took notes and like related that back to things we had talked about in the class. But it was a really fun and cool experience. I worked with this really nice teacher. I forget her name, but she did a great job, exemplified a lot of ideals that like, I would like to uphold. Although, not every teacher's going to function the same way as I would, so there were still moments where I like disagreed with her methods, but who am I to judge her? She's been in the business for like 20 years, and I've been in
Oh
it
wow.
for not at all.
Yeah, found.
But there were like I talked to other kids who took that course, and they would be with teachers who like just being like incredibly cruel and like aggressive with their students, and I would have been really sad to end up in there. And it's I mean everyone knows teachers like that exist, but it's so sad to just
We
face
do.
it.
Yeah.
Uh, Hopefully America's education system will be bettered, and hopefully I can play a part in that if I become a
Yeah.
teacher. Um, but yeah, I've really liked most of the courses I took. I took a class on like teaching math this semester, and it was a really
Oh.
interesting, fun class to like just like look at math from like simple math from such a different perspective of like going back to the eyes of a kid. But it was also like going into class and then putting up like box division on the whiteboard and like which was pretty funny to do
Teleported back.
in like a college level course. But I like that one.
Yeah, I know. Trying to think. I feel like I haven't taken any particularly interesting classes yet.
Dang.
I think there are some good ones to come. I did take a writing course this semester that was just like a complete slog, but everybody needs to take it.
Ugh.
In freshman year. My teacher was very nice about
Mhm.
the way he graded things, and if you did all the work, he would guarantee you a B in
That's
the
good.
class, which is very generous because an 85 is really not that bad.
Yeah. I respect those courses a lot. Like the not too hard to get a B kind of, but then, if you put in the extra work, the A is still in reach too.
No, like legitimately, some of the teachers in that okay, so the way it works, right? It's called the UW 1020, right? It's the
Mhm.
university writing classes, and there's only 1020, and every single freshman takes it among the first 2 semesters,
Every single
either first
freshman?
or second.
GW has so
Every
many
single
people.
freshman. There is no transfer credits for that. Every freshman. Well, it's like
Jesus.
1,500 people take it a semester, right?
Mhm.
About maybe more than 1,500, maybe like 1,750 per semester, which means that you have like literally 100 sections of UW. Like, there's a lot of sections of UW, and all of them have a topic. Like, there's one about oh, there were some ones that I really wanted to do. There was one about fandoms. There's one
Whoa,
about
that sounds cool.
rom-coms. Yeah, one about romantic writing. It's I think that the professor that taught the fandom one, her name is Catherine Larson. She wrote this like realistic fiction book called like Fangasm about fandoms and shit, which is I don't oh, by the way, I went on like the database and checked that out of the library and got an email 3 weeks later that it was in the library and just never picked it up. I was gonna I was gonna read the book and then I forgot. Um Maybe next year it'll just still be sitting there with my name on it. Like, oh, can I pick up a copy of Fangasm? Um, the one I took was called Kayfabe, Conflict, and Informational Writing, and the professor was adjunct. I think he graduated grad school for his second grad degree, which is crazy. Um, from GMU, I guess, George Mason,
Ooh, nice.
and he taught a wonderful course. The only thing was like he had weekly write-ups. They were 500 words. They were a little bit difficult to do at the end because researched the entire semester on Indian politics and stuff like that, and it was tough.
Whoa.
Especially towards the end because I got burnt out really quickly. But the big
Still,
papers were kind of fun.
sounds like a really interesting subject.
It was a really interesting subject to learn about my own people for for the first 2 months, and then it was kind of like I don't feel like working on this anymore.
Very
But he
fair.
was like absolutely a great professor, like without a doubt. Um, and everybody else's papers, they would be like 15 pages long. Like, do this, 15 pages. Him, it was 2,000 words ballpark. So 1,900 to 2,100 words, which is like, I think that's like 7 pages. And that's so generous, like legitimately. And his whole thing was, I don't want to kill my students, and he really didn't. So that was good.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Um,
No need to make unnecessarily long papers when you don't need to.
no, absolutely. I had this one friend, this guy on my floor. He was in a class, and at the beginning of the semester, so it must have been in January or February, the professor for their first paper wanted them to write something about a Zoom meeting they were in,
Mm-hmm.
which is like a weird topic in the first place, and he wanted it to be 5 pages long
Ugh. About a Zoom
about
meeting.
one
Was it
Zoom
about like
meeting,
the content in the Zoom meeting or
just
about like
about
the
like
experience?
well, both, yeah. 5 pages? Don't you think that's a little exorbitant? Like, listen, I can't remember. Okay, there's some Zoom meetings I remember. I remember the Miss Avalon and your computer incident. I remember like the
Oh
Zoom
God,
meeting
I
where
forgot about that. No.
I remember the Zoom meeting where Eric was making Bed Wars call outs and upside. Oh my god, there was some just absolutely wacky stuff that happened. Um,
Yeah.
I would argue that it was quite the year of Zoom meetings. But anyways, like that is like an unreasonable thing to ask of a student to write a 5-page paper about a Zoom meeting. Who cares that much? Also, it had nothing to do with the topic of his class. I don't remember what the topic was, but it had absolutely nothing to do with it.
Lame.
And I also had a friend who was writing his final UW paper, right? Basically had to redo the entire thing because of her feedback. Basically, she just like slashed out pages at a time without any explanation. And she would circle things and say, why even say this? Why even say this? Why even say this? Like, she wrote that like 5, 6 times on 2 pages. And
Why even say this? That's
I
like
was like,
a little harsh.
but also she's like an English teacher in the English department. Use your, just say words, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And when I was reading it, there were a couple where I was like, I mean, those are not invalid things to say. Like, that's not a problem that he said that. Like,
Yeah.
some of the professors don't give a shit about that class, right? Teaching it, so it becomes really rough. Um, but it was funny because we applied for classes in November, and I missed all of the UW classes I wanted, and this one was open, and it worked out. So get fucked.
Yeah, I really lucked out in my writing class because I had to take a required one as well. And there were three different professors, two of which who were like really demanding, and then one of which who like was far, far less. She just had a much lower expectations for her students. And I ended up in her class, and it really saved me a lot of stress. My friends who were in the other two were doing like these really difficult and lengthy papers, and it would have taken me it would have taken so much out of me to do the same.
Yeah. No, it'll do it to you, man. The writing is a little bit taxing, especially if you
Mm,
have procrastination problems. It completely fucks you.
yeah,
Like
my time management skills have drastically improved over college. Honestly, like I procrastinate way less than I used to.
I cannot share the same sentiment, unfortunately.
Oh.
Like it is interesting though. I do have a lot less busy work, which has been
Mm-hmm.
nice. So I have the weekly write-ups on Fridays. I have Japanese homework a couple times a week that I just like do before midnight. And I do the write-ups before midnight. And also for like we do an in progress and a final draft for all four of the of the big projects we had for UW, and he would be okay if we turned them in at like 2 in the morning. Like he didn't
Hell
really
yeah,
care.
nice.
So basically, what that would lead me to do is sit down and bang out the finality of a final paper at literally like 9 p.m. and I would just like type like 1,200 words and be done at 1 a.m. and turn it
Oh,
in.
that's kind of impressive, though.
I don't know. It just like I feel like once it actually gets down to it, like I'm gonna need to figure my shit out. But I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. Um, ooh, question for you: how's your sleep schedule been?
um, not ideal. I don't get like awful sleep, but I definitely do not get as much sleep as I should. I would say that I average about 2 a.m. going to bed.
I would actually, yeah, I would posit that. That's about the same for me.
Hmm. It was getting
Yeah,
better
no.
in my second semester. I was like, yeah, I'm going to start doing like 12 to 1 a.m. And I did it for like a week. And then I had like one thing happened and I like threw me completely off again. And I just stayed on that 2 a.m. track for the rest of the semester.
Yeah, I kind of fell onto that towards the end of the first semester. Um because I made some other friends from the ones I was really close with that stayed up a lot later, and when I would hang out with them, it was kind of like,
Hmm.
I'd always stay up late, and then this past semester just I don't think I made a single attempt at trying to better it. It's literally Japanese class, 9:35 in the morning, right? I'm waking up at 8:30 at the earliest and
Yeah.
going to class, and I'm going to sleep at like 2. And then after 2 weeks it would like catch up to me, and I would just spend most of a weekend just gone.
Three, two, one. You went off campus. I like barely ever left campus. That's my biggest regret, I think, is just how little I went and explored Baltimore. Because Baltimore's such a cool city.
Yeah, I can't say I did much exploring as DC as much as I like. There was a point where I was gone 6 weeks in a row. Three of them were at home, two of them were at frisbee tournaments, and one was in New York with friends.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, and that's the one thing I did not enjoy about this semester was I was not on campus enough.
Hmm.
Um, like legitimately, um, I came back. It must have been the weekend after that second frisbee tournament. I was home for no, 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 no. Yeah, it was the weekend after that frisbee tournament. It would have been mid March. The weekend after mid March, whenever that was, I was home or out on campus for the weekend, and I was just like, whoa, this is insane. Like like after 6 weekends in a row, I like hung out with my friend. We played NHL 22 for like 6 hours on Saturday, and like got lunch and dinner together. It was fantastic. I had a
Oh
great
yeah,
time.
that sounds
But
super fun.
I don't know. I think there's a certain amount of magic of spending time with the people who you do spend time with during the week, but in a much more relaxed environment, especially on Saturdays.
Yeah,
You know.
weekends are a necessity to survive.
Yeah, and some of the weekends where I was back, I was just out the whole week. It's so
Mm-hmm.
tired. Not like out of my dorm, like asleep. Um, I think I had a Saturday where I went to bed at yeah, it was a Saturday. I went to bed at like 3 a.m. and I slept till like 4:15. Um,
Oh,
or something like that. Or I went to bed. Maybe I went to bed later, but it was just like I can't be doing that. And so I occupied myself and was exhausted.
yeah, that sounds a bit painful.
No, yeah, it was definitely an experience, but I'm sure a lot of people can relate.
Yeah.
Um, it was a net positive, but can't say that sleep schedule has translated too well to home because I'm still a mess. My
Oh
parents are
yeah.
like, yeah, my parents are like, yeah, you should be going to sleep at like 11. You're like sick. I feel fine, like perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I'm like, I don't just like I try and go to sleep at 11, does not compute. Like it doesn't
No,
work,
it is
and
hard
that's an
to
issue.
get back into that habit. It's a slow transition.
Yeah, eventually. Honestly, for me, a lot of it just because what I did before, like back during senior year, I mean, this was like all on the pod and stuff. Back when I was watching a lot of anime and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
I'd stay up till like 2 a.m. and then wake up at 8 to
Oh
go to
yeah.
school or whatever. Um, which wasn't great. And then basically what I started doing was I started getting into bed at 10 and then being awake in bed for an hour and then I'd get tired. Something about lying horizontally in the dark on your phone or just with the lamp on is a lot more effective than not.
Speaking of anime, though, did you ever end up finishing? What was it? It was like Happy Life,
Happy Sugar Life? I
Happy
dropped
Sugar
that
Life. That's
shit.
what it
I
was.
hated that show. That was the worst show I've ever watched. And I stopped watching it because it creeped me out and I didn't enjoy it at all.
Mm-hmm.
So it went down as the third drop show on my anime list account. My anime list account, I guess, for grammar's sake. Um, and that is only after Haikyuu, which I watched half an episode of like 2 years ago, and Ultraman, which we'll pretend never happened.
That
Um,
show exists.
it exists, and I watched the first episode on a plane to somewhere in like 2018, and haven't watched it since. It was after I watched One Punch Man, actually, funnily enough,
Oh, interesting.
and I was like on the prowl for new shows. No, but yeah, it was I ended up watching that show which I was really excited about. The Oh my god, what the hell was it called? Hige wo soru soshite something
Oh yeah,
joshikose.
yeah.
I don't remember the name of the. Yeah, I ended up watching that show and it was from what I remember I rated it well. I think I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I'm questioning it. I watched it like a month and a half ago. But
Yeah. What do you think of that one?
yeah. I don't remember whether or not like you remember how excited I was about that show,
At the time, yeah,
right?
you were really looking forward to
Yeah, and then I stopped watching anime.
it.
Hige wo soru soshite joshikose wo hiro. I gave it a 7, which is like pretty good for me. Like I usually
Yeah,
give
seven's a pretty solid score.
7's a pretty solid score. I usually go instead of based off the number, I go based off the words describing each number in the drop
Mm-hmm.
down menu. So I think that's like good or like very good or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, it was like the beginning was pretty speedy, and it was also like weirdly over sexualized, and then it wasn't anymore.
Interesting. So they just dropped
Like,
like all the fan servicey elements, or
well, yeah, they sort of like some of it was like really really strange and misleading. Like the whole premise was he like finds her and he's like drunk out of his
mm-hmm.
mind, and he tells her that like she's just like on the street, right? Um, and I think he's in Tokyo and she's from Hokkaido. Um, and he just like takes her and wakes up in the morning and he's like, who the hell is this woman in my house? And she's like 16 or whatever, I don't know. And like for a little bit it's like strange, and then they get like comfortable around each other, and then they're just like father and daughter, and then it's not strange anymore. But there's also like this point where she like sort of starts falling for him, which immediately gets stopped just by stuff in general, I think. And then he basically just becomes a father figure. I don't know.
Sounds
It
interesting.
was weird,
uh,
but good nonetheless. Have you watched anything of note recently?
recently I've been getting through a show that I don't know why it took me so many years to get to it, but I've been working through Samurai Champloo, which has been fun. You know,
Oh, right. Yeah.
Shinichiro Watanabe stuff, typically pretty good. Um, yeah, just fun combining elements of like hip hop and then like Edo period samurai stuff. Just things you wouldn't expect to go so well together. But it's really fun. There's a lot of scenes where they will like characters will like split up and they will like use record scratches to transition between the two moments. And those are always like those are the highlights. Those are so much fun. It's mostly just fun. Like all the characters are one of them, Fu, she is really funny and cool, but mega underutilized. She like isn't very proactive and is often forced into just like damsel in distress situations that aren't that interesting compared to what the other characters are doing. But yeah, music's great. It's fun.
Cool.
I don't like it as much as like Bebop or Space Dandy, but it's a good time. I've been having fun with it. Character designs rule
Yeah.
too. It's sick.
Yeah, no. I've gotten actually a lot of recommendations from people like
Hmm.
recently. I don't know. I had a Bakemonogatari recommended to me, which
I like
was
that show.
I don't know. Yeah, but there's also like 54 seasons of it.
Yeah,
Um
you have to like look up a watch order because it's really weird the way they handle it all.
I yeah, I don't know. I'll give the first season a shot, and
Hmm.
then I say this as if I'm going to watch these shows anytime soon. In reality, probably not, but I also don't know.
I think there are elements of Bakemonogatari that you will like the main relationship between. Well, is that a spoiler? I won't say, but like there's one relationship that
Well,
I
I don't
think you
know.
will really like. That was my favorite part of the show, but I don't know. I think there are things that are gonna put you off a little bit, but it's worth
I
watching.
I
Visually,
wouldn't be
like
surprised.
stunning too. Super cool direction.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I've got like holy shit. I got wow, there's really a lot. Oh, also I need to watch the Kabaddi anime.
I forgot it. We should watch that together, Jay.
Oh, we should watch that together. We should probably get on that. Also, I never watched the Wonder Egg Priority Special from last May.
Oh
I
yeah.
kind of forgot about it. I love that show though. That show was great.
I still need to get
I
to it.
think it's just in episode 13,
Hmm.
the special, from what I understand.
I
I
believe
almost
so.
watched it at one point. Also, like I know Revengers has become like this whole thing now.
Oh yeah, Tokyo Revengers is huge. I still have also not gotten to that one.
Yeah, no. Um I can't say I've seen any of these names around, but like definitely I've seen stuff about it just around, and
Hmm.
like what the hell is this show? Like who recommended this show to me?
Tokyo Revengers, or
What is
what's the name of it?
no, oh my dress up darling.
Oh, that.
Sono bisuke doru wa koi wo soru.
I was interested in that one at
Wait,
first because I thought it was about like cross dressing, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. But then it seemed to just be kind of like another sort of etchy rom com series, which is fine, but made it less, unique, I
Wait,
suppose.
what the? This is so strange. Hold up, hold up. What is the direct Japanese translation of this? What does koi mean? What? Wait, really? Okay, wait. No way that's what that shit means,
What
bro.
does it
Alright, well,
translate
the
to?
Japanese translation is that bisque doll, like, to that bisque doll, like, I will do love.
Oh, interesting.
Like, koi o soru. Suru, sorry, suru. Yeah, like, what the fuck does that mean? Or wait. Oh, oh no, 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 no. It means, like, that bisque doll will do love.
Okay.
I don't know what that means. Like, what the fuck does that mean? What is a bisque doll? Maybe it's just like a model? Oh, no, it is literally a doll. That is so weird. Okay, anyways, that's enough, of that, but, oh, this girl looks like, oh, someone from another show, I can't remember. But anyways, uh, well, now it's gonna bug me, oh, the girl from Citrus, that's right.
Oh
Oh, remember
yeah.
that show? Oh, man. Oh, Citrus. Hey, it's a perfect 10 out of 10, you know? Don't worry.
I kind of
Yeah.
love how big a defender you are of that show because I know so many people who like really have very strong negative feelings about it. I think it's kind of based and cool that you're, you know, willing to defend
No,
your
bro,
stance.
listen, I watched that show in February of last year, so I will defend what I remember of that show from February of last year, and it was a wonderful show, and it made me feel very happy. It was a little weird, but it made me feel very happy. Their knees were really pink, and it was
I
strange.
remember that comment, yeah.
And their elbows were, yeah, like the knees were so pink. Like they didn't need to be that pink, you know. Like a little pink works, but um, no, yeah, I don't know. I get the sense that because I'm not like a big anime watcher, right?
Hmm.
Why I was for a period, but now, aggregate wise, I'm not. Um, I'm definitely not, gonna make the same judgments as other people who have watched like 100 shows before me and have their taste fleshed out and
Yeah.
whatever.
And there's no
But
need to be that way, you know? Enjoy the media you want to
yeah,
enjoy. Don't let other people like police what you're interested in.
no, yeah, of course. I'm just vibing. You know, I'm just
Oh,
hanging
that is
out.
a fucking huge
So
spider. Oh shit.
what? Oh damn! How big?
I don't know. Like a bit bigger than my thumb. It's not that huge. It just kind of came out of nowhere. Startled me. Sorry.
Big, bigger than your thumb. Oh, that's not small though. It's a spider.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, not a big
But
fan of
yeah.
the spiders.
I
What
don't
are you
hate
gonna do?
spiders. They're a little creepy, but I've grown used to them.
Yeah, you know what I want right now?
Cheese.
No, I want some beat up. Wait, cheese. Fucking cheese. I just didn't take a second to think about what you just said. Um, no, I want some B dubs.
What is a beat of exactly?
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh.
B dubs.
That is very
Or
fair. Very fair. Chicken wings are good.
Wingstop. Oh my god. I would kill for like some honey sriracha chicken wings right now.
Hmm.
I would buy a gun, right? I would have to go to a state where you're allowed to buy a gun at 18. So I'd probably have to go about an hour out of town, buy a gun, come back and kill for some honey sriracha chicken wings. Yeah, the best part about honey sriracha is honey sriracha wings is that you can make it cheap and I could just make it at home. But
Oh.
like okay, think about it. In reality, wings are not a difficult thing to make,
Yeah, I
right?
suppose not.
If you
Yeah.
have a they like really really aren't. if you, well, yeah, literally. Well, do they bread chicken wings?
Sometimes it depends on
Yeah,
where
right.
you're getting them, I think. I think most places don't, I want to say. Uh,
How do they get all the crispy stuff?
is it bread? It might be bread. You might be right.
No, I don't. I don't know, man. Yeah, because it gets
Maybe
crunchy.
it's like an air fryer kind of deal?
Unless it's the skin that gets crunchy. Oh, it's the skin. It's the skin that gets crunchy, isn't it?
That sounds right. I'm going to say that's
Listen,
true. I'm going to believe you, Jay.
listen. If you have a flat pan, right, and you have just like cooking oil, right, not like grapeseed oil. I know we have grapeseed oil upstairs. You fill the pan like an inch and a half, probably.
Hmm.
You buy a thing of chicken wings. You can buy like 20 of them for not that expensive at a deli, or not a deli, a butcher. I know there's a couple by here, or you even just go to the supermarket, but that may be less cost effective.
Yeah.
And have sriracha sauce and honey. Honey is obviously a little more expensive. I don't know why I'm talking about this, but literally, it's like it's like 3 parts sriracha, one and a like 3 parts sriracha, 1 part honey, maybe, and just mix it together, and you have honey sriracha, and you
Woo!
fry those wings, and then you fry them again, double fry the wings because you ain't no bitch, and then you take them in a bowl, you put the sriracha on top, and you mix it, and you've got wings. Oh man,
Master Chef right here in the flesh.
yeah, but I'm gonna eat like half a bag of Boom Chicka Pop for dinner. So,
Why is Boom Chicka Pop so good, man? It's so good.
oh, it's so good. But you know what's better than Boom Chicka Pop is Skinny Pop, like classic flavor. It's got that little bit of salt on it. Just moi, just like my grandma made it. I should really make chicken wings.
Do you remember when we made chicken for French class that one time?
Absolutely, I remember when we made chicken for French class that one time.
That was a good day. That was fun.
That was that was a good day, and I need to watch that video again. All I remember is I was a lot squeakier than I am now, and I said Bonjour tout le monde et bienvenue encore à cuisiner avec Christophe Benoit. C'est moi.
You remember the intro? Hell yeah! I rewatched that video recently.
Yeah, no,
Actually,
of course.
it was it was interesting. I forgot that we had like done that
Yeah,
shot.
no.
We were making fun of the video. She showed us an example from the previous year where that like really high angle, and there's the one of me standing on the table like looking down at you guys, and you can just see my foot in the footage.
Yeah, I remember that. But we like purposely had your foot there, right? I thought
Possibly, was it intentional? I couldn't remember.
I thought it was, but maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it was just like
It
genius.
just came to us in a moment of inspiration.
I think that's where our millions came from. Yeah, but it was really tasty.
It was
I'll give it
really
that
good.
much. It was really good. And there is something about the fruits of your labor that make it better.
Hard agree.
Obviously. Yeah. So when I make honey sriracha chicken wings, it's gonna be absolutely incredible. Now, Vilnius, we did have a topic of choice, or a topic of importance that we needed to go over today, and it was very specifically. See, the Let Me Know podcast is in fact the name for a podcast.
Mm-hmm. But is it the
It
name
it
for this podcast?
Oh, I sure hope not, because that's not a very good name for this podcast. And we've ridden with it for 2 years. Um,
Yeah, okay. I feel like it's best to just come up with something like kind of catchy and like just on the spot and not think too hard about it. Because we spent like a week coming up with different names and then we ended on the Let Me Know podcast. So
did we actually spend that much time? I don't remember that. Yeah, I wonder if there were any other good ones in there. Probably not, but I wonder if there were.
I don't think so.
I do not trust myself at age 16 to have contributed to that at all in any meaningful way. You know?
Yeah.
So my first thought for this new name was Jillness and Vay with Vilness and Jay.
That one's fun. I honestly, should we just jump into it with that?
What do you mean?
We are just stealing your aunt's bit then.
Yeah, low key. But also, I think that's not. Honestly, I think she was stealing the bits of everyone else. And I did think of that before thinking of her.
Okay.
So, but I think there's better ways we can do this. I think there is more creative, less obvious names that we could come up with.
Perhaps.
So should we do a live fan vote?
A live fan vote. How many people do you think will get far enough into the podcast to vote?
So everybody look at your phones right now, all right?
There will be a straw poll in the description.
Yeah, so we're gonna put a straw poll in the description. Look at your phone right now, and you're gonna vote on whether or not you want it to be this or something else. All right, cool, done. All right. Anyways, so now on to what we pick if they say something else.
Okay. Other names.
Yeah,
other names. Okay. What if we became the Let Us Know podcast?
I hate that even more. I think that's a really shitty attempt at a spin on this. Oh man, this is really tough. I just looked to my right, and there's a carton of Ben and Jerry's ice cream, and I was like, "Oh, we could be Ben and Jerry."
The Ben and Jerry's podcast.
That one was taken, unfortunately. I heard there's a couple guys up in Vermont that took that one, so I don't know.
Should we just steal someone's brand, make the podcast title like something wholly unrelated to what we talk about? We could be just like the McDonald's Super Show or something.
The Ford Motor Company podcast.
Wait, who were the people we had sponsor us? We had Buy sponsor us. Should we be the Buy podcast or something?
The Buy Antioxidant Infusion officially partnered podcast. Wait, no. Wait. Buy Antioxidant BAIOPP. The BAIOPP.
That would be so stupid.
Then it's just a buy-op. We're just a buy-op. Oh, that's horrible. That is wholly horrible. The Russian Olympic Committee podcast.
The Screen Actors Guild podcast.
Screen Actors Guild. We really bring the SAG to the podcasting game. Oh boy. We can name ourselves like a sports team.
We are the Yankees, the podcast.
No, I mean like come up with a team name about us.
Oh, that's interesting. How would that work? Do you have an example in mind?
It would work questionably. It would be like DMV Area United FC. Just like stupid shit.
DMV Area United.
Yeah, no. Call us Tri-State the way we area.
That was so fucking stupid.
losing.
What was?
Oh boy, I'm losing my mind.
I feel like by the end of these podcasts, we'll go for like these 2-hour recording sessions, and by the end, we are just like devoid of any real like capacity of thinking.
No, and I think that's valid. You know,
Mhm.
I'm gonna, yeah, just like name it exactly the same thing as another podcast that already exists. Like we are Flyers Talk Daily with Jason Martinez.
Yes,
Like we are the Flyers.
we put their names in the like the title.
Yeah, the Steve Dangle podcast.
Guys,
We
we
are
are
Steve
the
Dangle.
Joe Rogan experience. Oh, disavow.
We could also the Gus and Eddie podcast.
No. Oh.
Yo, we could call it some funny shit like Talk the Talk. Talk the Talk with James Vilnas. No, that's stupid.
That's a little corny.
It's a bad name. That's definitely the name of like two white guys who do a podcast in Cali.
True.
Like LMK podcast is like the Indian guy thing. Like you need to have an Indian to do that. Talk the Talk is like you gotta be white. Like you don't have a choice.
How about
Yeah.
I don't know. Just something random. Like alligator ball.
We should come up with some shit that like is symbolic of us. Damn, man.
It's hard.
You know, it's funny. I've spent 2 years not thinking of podcast names, so
We're inexperienced.
no, yeah, I know. It's been, we're getting really rusty these days, and oh man, just thinking about world politics, it's
Mhm.
Oh, it happened, Vilnius.
What happened?
JT Realmuto just got a 3-ball walk.
Woo! Or am I not cheering? What is the appropriate response?
No, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, no. They just had the count wrong. Never mind. They had the
Okay,
count
I
wrong.
retract my clapping.
Yeah, what the fuck? Well, oh man. Like, what if we had something to do with pandas in the podcast name?
Pandas. Okay. I like pandas.
Give like one noun
One noun.
from you, and you have your noun from me,
Okay.
and then we'll figure it out.
A noun. What's a good noun? Gotta think of something. This is harder than I expected.
Meanwhile, I would narrate a baseball game for you, but I don't feel like it. So, yo, if this guy walks another guy, he's gonna walk us to the bases are loaded with 0 outs. Which is kind of silly. It's kind of funny, goofy. Oh, look at that bunt, Camargo, you beauty. Now we can bring up our 8th in the order.
How about
it is who probably
How
can't
about
swing a bat.
sphere?
Spherical pandas.
Spherical pandas? The podcast?
Perfect. Spherical Pandas, the podcast. We go to a full black and white color scheme.
Spherical pandas.
And also,
how about
yeah,
miracle
also-
pandas?
Miracle Pandas. Ooh, like Jesus?
Like Jesus. He could be our first guest.
Oh, great. Well, let me go call the Lord. No, Miracle Pandas is alright. Maybe we should just find an adjective instead.
Maybe.
Because if you like pandas, I like
I like pandas. Pandas are good.
Panda hunters. Either we hunt the pandas or the pandas are the hunters.
How about panda bus?
Oh, that could be so fun. Wait. Panda hunters, but the logo is a panda with a gun?
That would be funny, but if I'm being honest,
They gotta
Jay,
pay
I don't
me
know
for
if I
this
want
shit.
to be the panda hunters.
That's kind of valid, but they gotta pay me for this shit. Like, come on.
Yeah. The pandas need to pay you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out to the bamboo forests of rural China and work that NIL out. You know, like
What's like a
um,
how about like panda boat?
panda
I don't know.
boat.
I'm just.
I think we got to think of an adjective. I think an adjective could do.
What's an adjective? Green pandas.
I wasn't thinking of color, but um,
Majestic? No, that's cringe. That's cringe.
majestic panda. Yeah, it's kind of cringe. I feel like a horse girl.
Oh no.
I am not a horse. Well, I'm sort of not a horse girl, so don't call me that, guys.
Dubious.
Bro, I don't even know. The dubious pandas. Dubious panda, but that's like a name for us. Like, podcast name. Like, fuck. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not cut out for this, you know? Maybe, like, we just aren't cut out for podcasts in general.
Oh,
And this is
shit.
where the boys, and this is where they left their podcast.
This is the last episode we record. No.
Yeah, no, that's it. No, I have a feeling this podcast is gonna be like,
I have a good name for the
What?
podcast. What if?
what?
What if? What if we were the Drexel Dragons?
Why? Why?
I don't know. I thought that was really funny for some reason.
Why?
I was thinking.
See, fellas, we all learn that there are times that we think we were really funny in the moment, and then the moment's over. Oh boy. So, wait, dude. Okay. Okay. All right. We need to talk about what just happened on the baseball. So, what the fuck was that? I can't remember the guy's name. He's on third base, and there's another guy for the Phils on second. And Reese Hoskins, our first baseman, hits a line drive to third base, which hits the ground and goes into the guy's glove. Now, the guy from third was going to run home, but then he passed it to the catcher, and then the guy from third base ran back home because he was going to be in a pickle, right? They were going to chase him down,
Yeah.
and the catcher just never threw it back to the third baseman, and he was
Oh.
safe at home, and now the bases are loaded. I'm very confused. This is a stupid fucking sport. Why do people watch this sport? Like, I love the Phillies. Why do people watch this sport?
I don't know. I mean, I don't watch it, so I
Oh,
can't really
man.
rationalize.
Dude, this ump is calling nothing, which is fantastic for us. Anyways, so
Here, podcast titles.
podcast titles. The We Ruined Baseball podcast.
Just the fuck baseball podcast.
Fuck baseball. What the hell was that? This pisses me off. I gotta turn sports off because every time I have sports on while we're recording, I get so distracted. And I mean, we know that from my history of probably like a couple times
We
I
could
watched hockey.
stick
It's
with
been an
the
issue.
panda thing. We could try to go for like a triple P thing. Be like P adjective panda podcast or something like perfect panda podcast. I don't know.
All right, we're looking up. Do some stupid shit in Japanese.
Adjectives.
P adjectives. All right.
Patient. Peaceful.
Someone
Perky.
drop
I don't
it.
know about that one.
I don't know. Are we perky guys? The Poignant Panda podcast.
The poignant panda. I kind of like that.
Welcome back to the Poignant Panda podcast. We dropped the podcast, so it's just Peaky.
Why was that funny?
Because that's your new
Are
fucking
we
intro.
doing that?
No, I don't know, bro. Something doesn't feel right about that. Maybe we just gotta take some time to think about it. We'll look
Yeah.
at the straw poll.
I will actually
We'll see
make this
what
straw poll.
all the
No
fans
one will
have to
vote on
say.
it, but it'll exist.
Millis, I'll vote on it.
Okay.
And here's the thing. You don't know if I'm gonna vote for whatever the first name was, which I already forgot, or something
I've also
else.
forgotten it. Should I put in every
guess-
suggestion, every stupid suggestion?
Yes, every single one, please. I think that would be really funny.
Okay, I'll do it.
All right, so I think we should wrap
Yeah,
up.
this is going to be a
podcast
long
now.
as shit podcast. I mean, I guess it works for
It's
a revival episode,
It's
but
gonna be like 2 hours long.
hey, my audio got scuffed as shit at points, so I had to end up cutting a fair bit, so it didn't end up being that long. Sorry.
But I'm sure we've got a lot more different stories to be told, and are we actually gonna do this weekly now? Or
I mean,
like,
I'm willing to if you're willing to.
I feel like we should just kind of do it when we feel like it,
Yeah.
which may be weekly, but may not be, kind of thing.
No, that's probably the best. Doing it for like every week for a year was a really like good feeling. Like in the end, like that sense of accomplishment. But I think it was our creative juices, which were already on low, like when we started, were pretty much like drained by the end.
Yeah, I prefer a lack of structure for this kind of thing too, which is, I mean, well, sometimes the structure is really nice, but because I always knew what I was doing on, well, the day that we recorded on changed like every few weeks, basically.
Yeah, we moved from like Wednesday, and then we just slowly went through the week until we landed on like Friday or something.
Yeah, like we did Wednesday, we did Thursday, and then, at some point we were recording on Saturday. Because what day did we upload?
We uploaded on Wednesdays. That's where I got Wednesday from. But then for the last few weeks, we were missing that by a long shot. We were doing Fridays for the last few.
Right. Yeah, what are you gonna do? Here we are. We're gonna upload every once in a while. Maybe we'll tell people that we're recording the podcast again, even.
Maybe.
Does that wrap it up for us?
Yeah. Oh, wait.
Oh. What's up?
Song of the week, question mark?
Oh, right. Song of the week. Fuck yeah. Let's do it. But this is more like a song of the year.
Oh.
Oh, okay. What is your favorite song of the past year?
Oh my god. Okay, that is a really hard pick.
That
No,
may
I
be
got
too
this.
hard. I'm just going to go to my favorite. Oh, well, I'm going to go to my top 10 songs of 2021. Oh, actually, that's pretty accurate. All right. Song of the year, Tompkins Square Park, Mumford & Sons from their 2015 album Wilder Mind. Played a big role in my summer last year, as well as, at the beginning of school. So, hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. I will go with, From Here to Utopia, Song for the Desperate by Ramshackle Glory, which is, I don't even know if it's my favorite song off of Live the Dream, but it's the one I think of first, I guess, when I think of that album. That album I've just been obsessed with for the last few months. That is like, I don't know. I like that album more than most things, most like media I've come in contact with. It's like the hardest I've ever cried to a piece of music, so.
Damn, hey, that speaks to it then.
Yeah.
All right.
Alrighty. Thank you for joining me, Jay, and thank you for listening.
No, thank you for joining me.
Listener, if you exist, will people get this far?
Honestly, don't blame them if they don't.
Alrighty.
What are you gonna do?
And with that, goodbye.
Adios, Benjamin. Wait, those are two different languages.
Three, two, 1.
I fucked it up.
That's perfectly in sync.
Okay, alright, do it again.
3, 2,
2,
One.
1. Okay, completely fucked up again.
How do we even
I'm
do
sorry.
it? Do we just do the clap? Maybe that'll be easier.
Let's just do the clap.
3, 2, 1.
I think that was pretty solid. Okay,
Okay.
cool.